In a land where the winds carried secrets and the mountains watched silently, there lived a king who had grown old enough to wonder who would rule after him. He had wealth, he had power, he had armies, but he didn't have one thing: a successor he could trust. And so began the greatest test the kingdom had ever seen, a test of truth, a test of character, a test built around one simple thing: a seed. The king gathered all young adults from every corner of the kingdom, rich and poor, noble and ordinary. The palace courtyard filled with faces full of dreams. He stood slowly, leaning on his golden staff.
"One of you," he said, "will become the next ruler, and to choose wisely I will not test your strength or your intelligence. I will test your truth."
Servants then moved through the crowd, handing out small pouches. Inside each pouch, a single seed.
"Take this seed, plant it, nurture it, bring it back after 6 months. The one who returns with the truest growth will sit upon this throne after me."
The crowd exploded with excitement. Some whispered plans, others celebrated their future crowns. But one young man, Aaron, a humble potter's son, held the seed gently, feeling something strange in his heart. Aaron lived in a small clay house with his mother. To them, the king's test wasn't a chance for luxury. It was a chance to break generations of poverty. Aaron bought the best soil he could afford. He prepared the pot with love and precision. He watered the seed every morning before sunrise. He dreamed big. He saw himself standing next to the king. He imagined helping the poor, building schools, reshaping the kingdom. But after weeks, nothing happened. Not a sprout, not a leaf, not even a sign of life. Still, he believed. "Mine has 2 leaves already. Mine is growing faster than bamboo. My plant will win the king's heart." Aaron smiled politely, but inside, he drowned in doubt.
"Please grow, please, just a little."
He tried more water. He tried less water. He moved it into the sun. He shaded it from the sun. Nothing. Not even the promise of a sprout. As the months passed, the kingdom buzzed with competition. People began visiting each other's homes to compare plants. Aaron avoided them. His friends mocked him. "You probably planted it wrong. Maybe you killed it. Just get a new seed. Everyone else is doing it." But Aaron remembered the king's words. "Nurture this seed."
My son, sometimes the right path looks like failure before it looks like victory. Aaron nodded, but the pain burned deep. He didn't want to fail his mother. He didn't want to fail himself.
By this time, villages were filled with enormous plants. Some were taller than people. Some were blooming flowers of rare beauty. Everyone polished their pots like they were preparing for a royal parade. Aaron, however, stared at his pot of empty soil. He wanted to give up. He wanted to replace the seed. He wanted to lie like everyone else. But every time he thought about cheating, he imagined sitting on the throne, knowing he had deceived the kingdom. That image broke him. So he made a decision. He would go. With nothing. Just the pot. Just the soil. Just the truth. The palace courtyard transformed into a garden of wonders. Young men and women brought plants of every color and shape. Tall, glowing, majestic. Aaron walked in holding a pot of plain dirt. People laughed. Some pointed. Some pitied him.
"Did your plant run away?"
Aaron stayed silent. He joined the long line and waited under the burning sun, feeling smaller than ever. The king walked among the rows, nodding at the plants with polite curiosity. But when he reached Aaron, he stopped. The crowd went silent. The king stared at the pot, then looked into Aaron's eyes.
"Where is your plant, young man?"
"Your Majesty, I planted the seed you gave me. I watered it every day. I cared for it with everything I had. But it never grew. Still, I didn't replace it. I wanted to bring you the truth, even if it cost me everything." Whispers echoed through the courtyard.
The king raised his hand to silence the crowd.
"Behold the new heir to the throne, Aaron, son of a potter."
Shock rippled through the entire kingdom. People protested, "How? His plant didn't grow. This is unfair."
"These plants are lies," the crowd gasped. "The seeds I gave all of you were boiled. They could not grow, not a single one. Yet you all replaced them." Accept this, young man. A kingdom survives not on beauty, not on talent, not on power, but on truth. And truth lives in him. Arin's knees trembled. Tears fell uncontrollably. His mother cried with joy.
The king led Arin inside the palace. He showed him the throne room. He revealed ancient scrolls, treasures, and secrets only rulers knew. But he also showed him something else, a small garden behind the palace. There, the king planted one real seed.
"King, VO, this garden is your training ground. A leader grows people the way he grows plants, with patience, with honesty, and with love." Narrator, VO. Arin tended that garden every day, and soon real life flourished under his hands, something he had waited months to see.
The kingdom slowly embraced him. They saw his humility. They saw his sincerity. They saw his discipline. When the old king passed, Arin became the ruler. He built schools for the poor. He opened granaries during famine. He created fair laws. He taught children the value of honesty, even when honesty hurts.
And whenever people asked him how he started, he smiled and pointed to that same empty pot he kept in his private chamber. "This," he said, "is the pot that made me a king."
The last seed was never a test of farming. It was never a test of gardening. It was a test of character. Real growth is not measured in leaves or flowers, but in integrity. And sometimes, the seed that refuses to grow is the one that grows you.